My parents moved a borderline stranger into their house, but something about his story doesn't line up.
Who's this guy?
Who is he, huh? Who's this dude? Background information is definitely needed to understand what's going on. So I apologize in advance for the long post. We do live in Texas. This is relevant. In August 2023, I was 1 month PP after having my first baby. Postpartum. He was healthy, the first grandchild on both me and my husband's side of the family. He's very loved and very spoiled. My mom works part-time, so she was able to come over and help almost every day. I was grateful for this because my husband only had enough PTO to take 1 week off with me and our newborn son. That's so little time with your new child.
1 week off?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wonder what's the job.
Don't get paternity leave?
Well, no, that was the husband.
Yeah, paternity leave.
Paternity. I saw you said maternity.
Nope.
Okay.
Paternity.
With a P.
With a P.
During one of these days together, my mom mentioned that an old coworker of my dad's, we will call him Ryan, has moved into their house temporarily due to a legal issue.
Ooh.
What's his legal issue? By the way, this comes from Young Momo F almost 2 on the
Young
ROK Storytime subreddit. I said it as I wanted to. Supposedly, about 6 years ago, Ryan married a woman who ran off 6 months into the marriage. Damn. According to Ryan, he filed for an annulment and has never heard from her again. In June 2023, this mysterious woman comes out of the woodworks with a court order from an Arkansas judge to kick Ryan out of his house.
What?
What?
Ryan lives a wild life.
How long ago did that happen? 6 years ago. So he marries this girl. 6 months in, she's out. He files an annulment.
And then in
never
June.
hears.
Yeah.
And then like 6 years later, she's like, "I have this paper. Your house is mine."
Give me your house.
Can you do that? What's the argument there?
I don't know.
So we're about to hear the argument. Mysterious woman supposedly claimed Ryan was abusive and kicked her out of the house with nothing. Somehow the marriage was never annulled properly. Honestly, it's all so confusing. Anyways, somehow my parents found out he had been living in a hotel and offered for him to live in my old bedroom since I am no longer living there. For context, I am a 24-year-old female and I have a younger brother who still lives with my parents' 19-year-old male. Right off the bat, my husband, 25-year-old male, was very skeptical of the whole situation. He didn't think Ryan's story was plausible and legally not lining up. But I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, my parents have always been kind-hearted people like this.
How did they know Ryan? Did we find that out?
He was an old coworker of her dad.
Okay.
So supposedly he knows and trusts this guy.
Yeah, he's not a full stranger.
Yeah. But I wonder, what the relationship is like and etc. But I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. My parents have always been kind-hearted people like this, so taking in someone in need does not seem that out of the ordinary to me. My parents are not well off by any means, but they try their best to help people when they can. But I was wary for a couple of reasons. My parents tell me a lot over the years, and I have met/heard of most of their friends and coworkers. I've literally never heard of Ryan. My parents are very gullible and tend to get scammed by people often.
Uh-oh.
So they get like the AI phone calls.
I am the prince of a place
in Africa.
And I need $200,000.
They're like, "Honey, call the bank. We need to help this prince.
We need to help him.
We need to help this prince." Okay. So I am always very protective of them. Before having my baby, my mother-in-law and my mom both agreed to each take my baby 2 days out of the week. This was a true blessing. My mom assured me that Ryan would be out of the house at that point.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Because having OP's child around this random man who might be scamming her parents.
Yeah. At first I was like, this isn't really your business in a sense. I'm sure it's your parents. Yeah. But now that your child's in the house, that
different
makes
story.
sense. You're like, yeah, who the hell is this man?
Yeah.
HE double hockey stick.
Who the HE double hockey stick is this
man? Yep. Around 3 months after having my son, I returned to work and my son started going to my mom's during the week. But shockingly, Ryan was still living at my parents. So the mom did not keep her word.
Or didn't lie, but she didn't follow through.
Yeah. When asked about this, my mom would give me some rundown about the crappy court system and blah, blah, blah. and assured me it's not going to be much longer. Over the next year,
Girly, you're being scammed.
1 year,
He's like, oh, yes, the courts.
the courts,
I can't leave because
more
the courts.
paper want me to live at your house for free.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, that's what the prince in Nigeria was
If that's
saying.
what the courts say.
Yeah. So my mom would assure me Ryan is close to moving out. End of the month.
Which month?
The woman doesn't have a case. They just won't file the correct paperwork, but this should be it. All of this raised several red flags with me and my husband. I mean, at this point, if your newborn son is going over to the house and there's still someone that you don't trust.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was OP and I didn't trust this man or the scenario, that I would put a foot down and be like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't want my son to be in the same house as someone
Yeah.
I don't trust.
Like, you guys are doing us a big favor, but I don't trust this man. So until that point, like, you can't take care of him.
Yeah. All of this raised several red flags with me and my husband. My mom starts to tell me how great and helpful Ryan is. My father was lazy and doesn't care about the property anymore. Okay, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Ryan and the mom are hooking up.
Oh, she's like, Ryan's
Oh, shit.
amazing.
I've never seen that.
Ryan's really great and he can't leave.
And he helps out with the house so well.
And sometimes, we actually let him stay in our bed just because it's
Because he needs to clean the
he needs
sheets.
that.
when
His
your
back
father's
back
gone.
is really bad.
Yeah, and sometimes I like to be a nudist in my sheets, and he does it too.
It's just for his back.
Yeah. So, which the comments about my father weren't new, but now she's praising Ryan constantly.
I think you might be right.
Dude, I'm calling
I
it.
think you might be
I'm
right.
calling it. My husband and I had several speculations about exactly what was going on in that household, including some weird emotional, physical cheating. Yup.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
You said what you said. You might be right.
Mom wanted me to invite him to family holidays because he would not be with his family. I have come to pick up my son and found Ryan holding him.
No. You need to put your foot down, OP.
Yeah, I mean, you don't trust this man, and
Yeah.
he's like holding your son.
Yeah, just say like that is unacceptable.
Yeah.
No.
I did not like where things were going, but I've always had full trust in my parents. But just because they trust a stranger around my son doesn't mean me and my husband do.
Yeah.
I tried bringing up the Ryan situation several times to my parents. I tell them I do not trust him. I do not know him. Something about his story is not lining up. I believe Ryan also picked up on all this because about 7 to 8 months ago, he began to avoid me.
Ryan did?
Yeah.
Because you're picking up on his trail.
He knows.
He knows.
I know he knows. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from something? I don't know.
He knows. He knows. It's like a song.
Okay. My whole family have each other's locations shared, except for my mom. We got into a heated argument over this. I wanted to know where she was with my son.
Yeah.
In case of an
fair.
emergency. Just, tag the son.
Yeah.
Put like a little
tracker
tracker
tag.
on him. Yeah.
Like in that episode of Black Mirror.
Which one?
The one where the little girl, they put a chip in her head
Oh.
and like follow her everywhere. You know what I'm talking about, right?
That's just reality with freaking Neuralink.
That's why it's Black Mirror.
Oh. So she claimed that she is an adult and did not need a babysitter to track her every mood. This is supposedly rooted to my dad obsessively tracking my mom's location. Mom has gone out to eat with Ryan. Ryan has drove her to trips, taken her on the lake with his boat, and they text each other regularly.
They're cheating.
Dude, I just threw that out. I was like,
yeah, you're
I
right.
didn't even
you're
believe
right.
it.
That's why else would they keep Ryan around so long?
well, he needs, he's providing like physical
Companionship.
therapy. She needs to be
He's
adjusted
an emotional support
on
Ryan.
the lake, and he helps her out with that.
Just PT.
Yeah, just PT.
Nothing more than
He
that.
has no certification, but
Yeah,
he has
just PT.
intuitive hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all of this has come to a head. Ryan's getting head. Sorry. It is now October 2024. The other night, my husband confronted me about the whole situation going on at my family home. My husband does not want my son going over to their house unsupervised. My husband has a new job that allows him to take my son in the mornings that I work. I'm currently 8 months pregnant and told my husband I really don't want to cause a rift in my family right before our baby is born. So OP is about to have another child?
Yeah, so it must be a second child.
Yeah. Damn, so
You
she's already not comfortable with her son in the house with Ryan, and now they're gonna have another child.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if, like, I'm assuming that there is some financial reason that they need the mom to watch after their kid, but if you had the money, I would say, like, don't leave your kid there if you're uncomfortable, but it might be a financial thing.
I've been trying to figure out for months how to approach the situation. It has been causing stress contractions so close to the end of my pregnancy. Dang. So it's interfering with her healthy pregnancy. That's not good. I'm so conflicted. My mom and dad love and cherish my son so much. They love being grandparents and have taken good care of him. But I do not appreciate the potential risk or exposure he would be getting due to this weird relationship with Ryan. My brother's birthday is this weekend, and he wanted to go to the Renaissance Festival.
Fun.
Sophia went to a Ren Fest.
That's true with Riley.
And Riley did too. Me and my mom decided to drive up early due to my son's sleep schedule. While navigating, I caught a glimpse of a message preview between Ryan and my mom.
Oh, no.
What do you think it is?
Oh,
What do you
it's
think
going to
it
be like,
is?
hey, Ryan, looking hot.
Oh. No, Ryan's the one who's sending the text, right?
No, it was the mom. The mom sent this text. It was a text exchange, right?
While navigating, I caught a glimpse of a message preview between Ryan and my mom.
Yeah.
But OP is with the mom.
Yeah.
So they're going to see what
I was
Ryan.
telling you the text conversation.
Oh, okay, go on.
Give me a minute.
Sorry.
Mom text, hey, Ryan, looking hot.
Ooh.
And then all of like the tongue emoji out, like heat. And then Ryan is going to respond, hey, hot mama.
Mami.
See you at the boat later.
What's going to happen at the boat?
Wouldn't you like to know?
We're going to get wet
Yeah.
at the boat.
And that's the text combo.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's exactly what it is.
I
I'm
knew
reading it right now. This kind of confirmed all suspicions I've been having. I'm disgusted, but not completely broken due to me already having my speculations. If you want to be healed of your brokenness, you should come join us live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok every weekday at 3 p.m. PST, and just tap our profile.
Stop it.
There's another relevant update, but let's discuss.
I'm a little pissed because OP didn't give us the text conversation.
Is it
but
happening?
Well, it doesn't seem like
it's not going to happen.
We never learn, which is annoying.
That is really
But it's also
annoying.
okay because I gave it to you.
Yeah. Sophia knew it.
I know.
Word for word.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like,
I
what do you
think it's
make of this
gotta
whole
be
situation.
Oh, what's happening? Or
Yeah, what do you think's going on?
I think that OP's mom and Ryan are getting it on at the boat
At the boat.
every Saturday.
Getting wet on the lake.
I think that OP's dad knows, but he's just letting it happen.
Oh, you think the dad knows?
Yeah, I don't actually. I don't think he's a part of it though.
You don't think he's joining at the lake?
No.
He's just like, yeah.
I think he's like,
you
yeah,
two kids have fun.
it happens. You know how it goes.
You know, marriages are marriages.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do to keep your wife happy.
And I think going forward, if you're not comfortable with Ryan being around your kid, you gotta take the kid away. Can't let your parents watch your kid.
Yeah, I think OP said that they've talked about Ryan several times.
Yeah.
But with how stressed OP is,
Yeah.
and especially having stress contractions around it, I think maybe a more in-depth conversation of like, hey, I do not feel comfortable
Agreed.
with my child and my future child in a house with this guy that I don't trust. Can we like actually talk about it?
But let's finish this story and see if there's any more information.
So now, I don't know what to do. My mom and dad are a huge part of my life. My mom is one of my closest confidants, closest to my husband, and my son adores her. I have a feeling if I threaten to stop bringing my son over, it will cause a rift in the family. I think there's so many different options than like ultimatums or threats.
Yeah.
I do not plan on addressing this anytime this weekend. I do not want to ruin my brother's birthday, but I do want to address it next week. If you made it this far, thank you for reading. I'm definitely not great at grammar or writing. Any feedback/advice on the situation is appreciated. Darn.
What the heck? We didn't learn anything.
I know.
That's ridiculous.
I want to hear the text.
What was the text? We don't even, like, Opie didn't even confirm if Mom and Ryan were actually doing anything.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with your grammar.
Just said disgusted.
It's just your storytelling.
You're terrible. No, I'm sorry. But I'm not. I'm a little pissed.
Yeah, me too.
I can't give you advice because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We don't really know anything about Ryan. You say that you're suspicious of him,
But you have more,
Yeah.
OP, you have more information than us. If
Yeah.
if you found out something that is happening,
Yeah.
at that point you have evidence and you could talk to your mom and say like, I am so uncomfortable with this
Yeah.
whole situation. I do not want to bring my kid over.
Yeah.
Like, what can we do about this?
Yeah. No, I think that you either need to have that conversation with your mom, or you have to decide, am I more uncomfortable with my son being around my kids my son being around my parents, or am I more worried about losing my parents, like my son's comfort or rift with parents? Which one's the worst?
And the spectrum of other options.
Yeah.
Besides losing
Well, no, I mean, I think OP has to decide which of those comes top priority if the conversation doesn't work with their parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying like worst case scenario,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that is the end of that story.